heavily bandaged knee didn't slow Rafael Nadal. He won the opening 4 games before the oldest man in the draw, 33-year-old Tommy Haas, registered on the scoreboard. Nadal closed out the first 6-4, but didn't have it all his own way. Haas showing why he was once ranked world number 2. He broke Nadal in the opening game of the third set, testing out the current world number 2's injury. Nadal passed with flying colours, moving through to the third round in straight sets. Women's world number 1, Caroline Wozniacki, had a tough battle on her hands. After powering through the first set 6-1 against Anna Tatishvili, she found herself trailing 4-1 in the second. A medical timeout soon followed, and it wasn't her wrist causing problems. Wozniacki still managed to save a set point and eventually closed out the match in a tiebreaker.
2 sets to love. 6-1.
The biggest upset of the day occurred on show court 3. 8th seed Mardy Fish floundered in the first set tiebreak and never recovered. As his frustration grew, the confidence of Colombian Alejandro Fea rose. 71st ranked Fea closing out the match 7-6 in the third, equaling his best result at the Australian Open. Francesca Schiavone was also a day 3 casualty. Italian Romina Aprandi didn't give her the chance to find any rhythm.
30-15.
The number 10 seed bundled out in straight sets. No such problems for Thomas Berdych, who was in an impatient mood. The 7th seed lost just 1 game in the opening 2 sets against Oliver Rochus. Berdych closing out the match 7-6 in the third.
6-1, 6-love, 7-6.
Even when she's up against a local, Li Na's one of the crowd favourites in Melbourne. Last year's runner-up outplayed 20-year-old Olivia Rogowska in every department. Na cruising through in straight sets. Defending champion Kim Clijsters also discovered the form which won her last year's title, steamrolling through the first set against Stephanie Ferez-Garçon in 22 minutes. The second didn't last much longer, Clijsters closing out the match in under an hour. She even found time to sing her sister happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elton. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much.
That session started with a game that was still going from the day session between David Nalbandian and long match specialist John Isner. It was a match that had everything, with Nalbandian striking first blood, taking the first set 6-4. It was a different story in the second, with the big serving American taking it 6-3. The next 2 sets were shared, with Isner taking the fourth in a tiebreak to force the match into an epic 5th set. It was a marathon final set with a capacity crowd on Margaret Court Arena enthralled by the action, neither player giving an inch. Nalbandian causing controversy in the penultimate game by taking too long to challenge a decision. It opened the door for Isner to claim another epic victory, 10-8 in the 5th in 4 hours and 41 minutes. On Rod Laver Arena, Australian hope Bernard Tomic was in action against another big American, Sam Querrey. It was Querrey making the better start, taking the first set 6-3. Tomic has shown great fight already in this tournament and turned the match around, taking the second set 6-3. It was a tighter struggle in the third set, with both players slugging it out from the baseline. The set going to a tiebreak with the Aussie taking it out. It seemed to wear the American out, and Tomic ran away with the match in 4 sets. The second match on Rod Laver Arena was a much more straightforward affair as third seed Victoria Azarenka took on Aussie wildcard Casey Delacroix. Azarenka flew out of the blocks early, racing away with the opening set 6-1. It was a similar story in the second, with the number 3 seed Too Good running away with the match 6-1, 6-love. In the night match on Margaret Court Arena, it was an epic battle between Stanislas Wawrinka and crowd favourite Marcos Baghdatis. The first set was a tight affair that went to a tie-break, the Swiss taking it 7 points to 3. The second set was another close contest, with Wawrinka taking it 6-4 and a 2-sets-to-love lead. With Baghdatis trying to fire himself up, the man from Cyprus worked his way back into the match, taking the third set 7 games to 5. Wawrinka wasn't to be denied though, easily taking the fourth set and winning the match in just over 3 hours.